Greetings, my dear truth seekers. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, the US military felt themselves to be masters of the sky. Strategic aviation, like the Russian Air Force in general, fell into decay. At that time, Russia practically didn't organize strategic aviation exercises, since it didn't have enough funds to maintain engines and sometimes even to purchase aviation fuel. Washington was very happy with this state of affairs, because the only adversary in the world who oppressed the American military was no longer a threat. Obviously, no one in Washington expected Russia to get back on its feet so quickly, which is surrounded from top to toe with the economic and political sanctions of the United States and its European allies. Quite unexpectedly for the American military, Russia has acquired combat aviation, the aircraft of which are not inferior in their capabilities to the advanced developments of the United States. Over the past few years, the Tu-160 and Tu-95 aircraft have undergone major modernization, and the pilots have undergone retraining. And no matter how offensive it was for Washington, it began to lose its superiority in the sky. Responding to provocation by US aviation near the Russian borders, Moscow began to show that it deserves to occupy a leading position in the international arena. It got to the point that Russian strategic bombers began to fly to the backyard of the United States, the Caribbean islands, and Cuba. And now we see that Washington is starting to get nervous and worried. The United States is not at all happy with Russian strategic bombers flying for hours over the Caribbean. With these non-stop flights near the US borders, Russia is sending Washington a signal that we are nearby and your provocations near our Russian borders could have serious consequences. Whether Washington will accept these warning signals is difficult to say. Unfortunately, now there are adventurers in the White House who are not used to calculating moves in advance. They want everything today and now and without any objection, but they didn't notice that their time was gone, and their ambitions and irrepressible desires are being paid less and less attention in the world. And with its flights in the backyard of the United States, Russia has shown the end of the long-term silence of its strategic aviation. Moreover, there have been reports about the intentions of the Russian aerospace forces to begin regular patrols of the Gulf of Mexico, and this can hardly be called good news for the United States. And let the United States not look for someone to blame for the current situation. In Washington, they should have understood long ago that only they are to blame for the current tensions in the world.